All right, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to every one of you. Welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you for the click the likes and the subscribes and improve all this, so more people can be helpful. Appreciate you all this and thank you for the coffee. For and I've been working today about trying to get this app running. So I'm kind of like succeeding here, trying to work with scripts and so forth and to understand things, which is improvement. But what does that got to do with the energies for? I'm kind of like a pumped up, fired up, super excited for what I'm about to tell you today. So hopefully you guys can understand in this. Probably reading at the title in their conflict. But as we are going to evolve, and particularly going to evolve within the age of Aquarius, in there, particularly, I have the moon in Aquarius, and I can understand, really that is the energy that it's within me, that's the intuitions that is there, at the moon is passing right where my moon is. But in the morning, this energy is going to be pointing out towards the first degrees of Virgo. There's going to be this divine organization in there. What is that going to do, though? To understanding that not everything it seems as used to be. So since the moon and Pluto is going to come out, they're going to be coming together. They're going to be opposing Mars. A lot of conflicts. But what the people don't understand that underneath the shell or there's kind of like a surface in there for is about that it's the opportunity to grow. You see, it's never been about conflict. Every time when you have a conflict, you're acting out of a lack of evolution, a lack of understandings, lack of maturity in there. So the egos that is got these clashes in there. Since Mars, it is opposing the moon, a lot of the people, they're going to be choosing what? This masculine clashes towards what? Towards the intuition, towards the changes, towards the new. While the moon, it's going to go in and there is like, you know what? I'm not caring about you feel like it. I'm not caring about this. We need to stop with the crap. And look at it inside of you, about the maturity, about the growth in there. And here is that picture is that the two people, they're provided with the opportunity of this to understand that the conflict, guys, in there, they are not conflicts. Actually, they are an opportunity to grow. And every time when you have these mature conversations on there, when you have this powerful empowerment inside of you to understand and resolve the conflict, guess what happens? You're maturing, your partner maturing, your love between of you, it's going to be growth and maturing. And that's what the moon is going to do. She's going to be finding a new power of inventions and creations and new solutions that's going to be emerging, and new ways of getting it. They're out of this world. They're innovative. And this is why it's so great to understanding these processes within you. Stop looking at it as a conflict, as like a battle within the egos. Start understanding that the conflicts, they're actually opportunity in disguise for you to grow, for you to evolve, and so forth. Beautiful gathering of informations from the moon is going to be, because this is how you're going to be seeking the innovations. So here is the chart. Here is the map as is right now in there. This is at 7 o'clock in the morning. As I said, this power of organizations that's going to come in from Virgo, it's going to be that inner work that you're going to be start putting yourself together. Organize yourself. See, Virgo, it's organize yourself. But if you are too much within the doubts, too much within the shadows is in there, we are talking about that this midheaven is going to be squaring Uranus for, and she's going to be square Mercury. And that can create this desire of, I don't want to talk, and I'm going against the universe, what presenting to me. Okay? Seeing it within that energies, the moon, it's gonna be comes out in there together with Pluto, and they're gonna be empowering that moment. Okay, the power of the inner self. At the same time, though, and in the ascendant, we have the rising of the sun. That is under a yacht of Jupiter and Chiron. That is about the healing of the past, of the friendshipness. You are not friendly towards certain people. You are not friendly towards certain situations. If you had issues with your own mother, you're gonna bring those issues towards every female you're gonna meet in there. If you have not healing your thought patterns, that every person is little different, if you have this intuition that is not healed towards the masculine energies, your intuition is going to be fighting the masculine situations, and this is going to leading, that conflict in there is going to leading to what? To this depth, this empowerment depth that is going to be needed in there, because the moon in about 14 days, she's going to meet who? She's going to meet Mars. It's going to tell him, hey dude, do you remember when you were fighting with me? What did you learn? What did you got in there? You got all these things wrong. You're going to be feeling energies that they're going to be one way or another. They're going to be asking you to grow, to evolve, to mature, and to act on a different situations. Particularly, we're talking about your own me, which is the sun represents, but also represents the father. So with these positions here in the sky, we're going to see it around 7 o'clock. There's going to be lots of mix and match but your situations is going to getting better and better. All right, 8 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Scorpio, opposing Uranus. You're going to be like, what is this universe brings back again to me? I'm tired of these conflicts. I don't want to do this anymore again. The midheaven, that is it, that Virgo, it's like, this is not organized. That is not growth. This person is not growth. Love doesn't grow. I don't see it. Too much stuff, too much duality. Mars opposing the moon and Pluto, it is on fire. It's like, I don't want this. I want it. And here is coming the moon, and she's right in here. She's like, careful, listen within this. What new can you do? Are you looking to build the proper future, Mr. Mars? Mr. Warrior within yourself, can you fight for a better life? Can you fight for a better conclusions within? Can you see there is something much greater and better than what you think you know? Don't forget about it that Leo does not like Aquarius. Okay, it's the old generations. They never like the new generations. The old kings, they don't like the rebels. That's mean ending for them. So when you see kind of like these pictures within yourself, you're going to be seeing it also that clashes in there within your ego. And particularly that at midheaven, it is opposing Saturn and squares Mercury. Saturn squares Mercury, this is the desire. I don't want to talk about it. So it's not about I don't want to talk about it. It's actually to talk about it, to resolve the conflicts. Conflicts are resolved with dialogue. They're not resolved just because. But through the dialogue, you are finding the best solutions from within a conflict when both sides, they're listening to each other. And with this energies of evolution, the moon is going to be given at this energies to the authority. And what the authority is going to do, which is you, in that case, is going to be coming and create these situations. Are you going to create the beautiful relationships and you're learning from the past, or you're going to be destroying those relationships on the base of the past? That is going to be the energy at 9 o'clock. You're going to be thinking about the relationships. That energy is with the South Node opposing the North Node. But take a look at it on the other side. Is that energy of the midheaven, okay? She's connecting the dots of everything. She's connecting with Mars. Mars is connecting with Uranus. Uranus is connecting with Neptune. Neptune is connecting with Pluto and the moon. Pluto and the moon is connecting with Mercury, right? And when you see all this energies up here right now, and you see those positions, everything begins to make sense for you. Okay? You calm down the warrior, you understand the path within the universe, you're understanding the growth that it needs to be done from within yourself. And that maturity of taking the new leap. Because the new is coming one way or another. You may like it, you may don't. You may not gonna like it all your life. You can sit mad all your life of this madness, and you can hold on to this madness and not living into the new, or you're gonna improve and evolve and happily ever after. So beautiful, beautiful kind of like informations, because later on Pluto is gonna be coming into Aquarius. We're gonna be seeing that pretty soon but right now it's about today. So at 10 o'clock, as the ascendant is going into Sag, and at the midheaven, it's still in Libra, it's opposing the Chiron, unhealed patterns will come out. Unhealed patterns, because back in the days as a child, there was this girl that she was mean to you, and now the person that you are with it in there, they're mean to you, and you trigger the same energies. While you would understand that they were mean because you have not evolved, you're acting childish, you're acting as something else in there. Today was not that quote that doesn't mean that you have a title at work. You are still immature. It was very interesting. I didn't share it on a Facebook, but you know, that's what is one of the things that you should be finding out. And if you look at it within yourself, you understand that the reason actually this person is mad is because of you. It's same like that little girl that said that you are immature, throw a sand in towards her just to attract her attentions in there, and she was mad at you. And you understand that was your fault as a boy. Kind of like a similarity to this, you're gonna be finding things in there that somehow, some way, something is relating from within yourself. Okay, but looking at that energies, that's going to be showing you where is your friendliness. You need to understand that before you're resolving conflicts in there, you gotta have the friendship. And now that's what the Jupiter is retrograde. He turns you back, and it says, look at your friendshipness. And those friendshipness, they're connecting with what? With Chiron. Okay, and currently the Jupiter is giving the divine energies to the authority. It's like, do you remember what happened in there? How can you change yourself? And the intuitions, the moon is like, oh, I found what you did back in the days. So you did something in the past, and that's how you're acting like this. So you haven't matured from the beginning. And here is what the moon is going to say. That is okay. Let's not make a conflict out of this. But let's understand our immaturity and see what we need to do. So it's going to be a powerful energy, but it's going to be creating a conflict, because the moon, it's going to be squaring what? It's going to be squaring the sun. And when that's happening in there, of course, there's going to be some tension. All right, 11 o'clock. The ascendant is together with Venus. Divine energy is going to come from Uranus and Mars, of course. And some of the positions as the ascendant goes through right there to it. A lot of squares from Venus, and that opposition with Jupiter is going to be adding into the nightmares in a way. Midheaven is at Scorpio. That is a like, what about me? You owe me. You need to give it to me. You must do it for me. Okay. How you operate with this? Okay, like for example, oh, I need to borrow your computer. I need to borrow your stuff. Okay, people who are born with something in there, and Scorpio, they know. It's kind of like you look into others people things, belongings, and so forth and so forth. How you operate. Do you think only for yourself, and you're just trying to get from the others, which is typical Scorpios in there, or you're going to be actually the other way around? You're trying to give, so they can give it to you, but you don't receive anything. It's one or the other positions isn't there. But that is leading to the relationships within yourself that isn't there. And that's standing in a way. And the divine is coming in because the North Node is got a divine energies towards the midheaven, your inner work that you need to do there. Equality within the shares. But certain things can be shared, certain things cannot be sharing. Okay? So you need to understand this. Not everything that the person is with you, it's belong to you. It's the same way what this belongs to you is not belong to the person. This is kind of like an energy, but the moon is going to come out and she's going to be fast and furious and at some point about certain things. But that's going to lead to, hey, can we resolve the conflict? All right, 12 o'clock. That is at the time where your inner work is working on your authority. Be mindful about this because this is a good time about settle things with people, understanding things within others, resolving financial situations, talking about things that are related to the material world, beginning within the emotions with others. Okay? Beautiful moment. All right? As the authority is looking at for that work, she also is learning. And here is what you need to take, that authority within you to learn. And that learning opportunity is going to be coming in from who? It's going to come from the moon. She is understanding that through the communications, as you see it right here, the moon, it is sextiling with Mercury, and Mercury is looking towards the North Node. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about what we build. Let's talk about this seed of us. But before of us is what? Is me. So you're going to be seeing that individual part of Aquarius that's going to come out for the better of the society, the better for the relationships, and so forth with this. And that's what the moon will want. And at this hour at 1 o'clock, the moon is going to be rising on the horizon. I was talking about these energies right here. You seeing it? That blue triangle here, that energy is also working with Mars. A lot of positivities, a lot of greatness can comes in because she is looking at through the conflict and she understands. It's not conflict, it's opportunity to grow. We need to talk differently. We need to be better. We have to find the courage to talk. Where does that come from? Midheaven, that is it, with Mercury. Okay? That powerful Mercury that it comes in from Sag, it is about the mutuality talk. Okay? This mutuality talk. If you have not learned to talk though, Saturn is going to be don't talk bad stuff. Don't talk crap. So right now the energies is actually going to help you to understand the purpose and the understanding that the conflict is an opportunity to grow. It's something that trigger you to evolve. You may have a previous conflict. You may have a previous things. What the maturity person is going to say like, no more. I will not going to do anything and give up because they're afraid of maturing. While the maturity that it's going to comes in is going to do something great. It's building the future because that midheaven together with Mercury and the communications right here with the courage of Mars, you're finding that and the reason, because you're going to need the reason. Where the reason comes from the intuition is the why. But who has to do the how? It's the sun. And right now the sun has to go through this process of understanding. And that power that comes in from Saturn towards the sun, it's going to kick in a high gear. All right, next hour, 2 o'clock. The ascendant is going to be at Pisces, squaring Mercury, of course. You got to have a chaos to have an order because everything in the universe is organized chaos. Who can organize a chaos? Virgo, right? The opposite end. Okay? But it's the same thing. It is about that when there is someone creates a chaos, someone has to organize the chaos. Who is that? Uranus. So with this Uranus energies towards Venus is about to be very strong, very powerful. And that energy with the midheaven, probably within, we're talking about within 2:30, you're going to feel all of a sudden that kind of like a love that comes from nowhere. all of a sudden it's coming out, makes you in peace. You're kind of like, I'm okay with everything. If something has to go crash, it will crash. But I will give it a shot to understand this dialogue in there, because I cannot see any more out of this. You still have this brain fog coming out from Neptune into Venus, dualities in there. You may feel burned. You may feel like, I'm tired of talking about this and so forth, because you are drained. Take a time, relax with this, because right now the moon is seeking for more information to bring towards you, because the moon is going to come in into areas. Okay, she's going to come, she's going to say, here's the new beginning, here what I dropped for you. Okay, and then she's going to be opposing what? She's going to be opposing the sun. And we're going to have that full moon energy. What are we going to do in the material world? Okay. All right. Next hour, 3 o'clock. Midheaven is at Capricorn. Nobody likes to do this nasty work of conflict. Nobody wants to grow and mature. Nobody wants to get it in there, because people are tired, exhausted, dealing with the same thing. But you need to understand, you're dealing with the same thing because you're not resolving them. And the ascendant there, it's pointing out towards the north node. It says what? Listen your intuition and communicate. Here is that the ascendant over here with these energies with the moon in there, it's the new beginning. To have that power and wisdom inside of yourself about this new beginning, this new power that it comes in, these new energies that are out there for you, they are available. All you have to do is what? Tap it in. But how are you going to tap it in? You're not going to tap it in with the covenant and giving into the coffee mug and it's like, okay, Dio, I love this energy. No, that doesn't happen that way. You need to start changing your process of thinking. That process of thinking is going to come out as an energy that is going to be telling you, look in a better place within your soul. And this is going to be the energy of Uranus and Venus that comes in. Okay? The love, where it's in all these dark places isn't there. She's like, I get it. But that is going to be a push for Venus to do the work. Okay? That is going to be that push. All right. Next hour there. It's 4 o'clock. The midheaven is going squaring Lilith in there. It's squaring Chiron. Unhealed things is going to come out. That laziness, that situations isn't there for. The moon begins to square the sun. So basically, the moon, it's like, why are you doing this, Mr. Authority? Why are you doing that? What's going on with this? What is those reasons? What is these situations? How can we heal it? And here is when the intuition has to stop, because the answers are within the authority, because they know the how. And here is the moments and that situations, because the ascendant is going to be squaring the moon at this time as well. This kind of like internal fights. You probably learned this in a past year. We're talking about Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius situations as again. Okay, so seeking it in there, seeking it within yourself, but the power that's going to come in again, it is this beautiful power of communications, because you're learning where you need to go. Okay, the grown-up, mature people, what they do, discuss. Okay, they discuss the confrontations. All right, so they can learn to make a peace. Who's going to make a peace? You. Ascendant in the next hour at 5 p.m. That's going to be a Pluto with the inner work and pretty much the moon over there. You see that powerful energy that's rising here at the ascendant from. Let's be a friends. Let's put the friendliness in there. We've been friends. We know how to be a friends. We can overcome this, right? And during this hour, that's what is going to kick in. That's going to begin this power of what happened at the beginning of the day. Now you're working with that energies of Pluto. You are getting it within that positive energies of change, and that tells you here, that is it, the new ways. But I never thought about this. Well, I haven't not thought about this either, but I think it's a great way. And here's the solutions coming. The solutions for the future, it's coming. Okay. So with this positive energies in there, things can be triggered. Things can be looking at in there, but the moon right now is trying with Jupiter. She is also a sextiling with Chiron. It's adding to those two energies. They're supplying the divine yacht, which is Chiron and Jupiter, towards the sun, towards the authority. Okay, that is when the mother understand the conflict within the son, within the father, and she's like, I get it. Let's talk about this. How about you looking at a different perspective? Mature a little bit. See what it is. Maybe you don't understand this new way. Maybe you don't understand this soul way of life. Maybe you don't understand things, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist for you. So it's kind of like the old is going to begin to be purged because, come on, Aquarius is way higher energies than Scorpios. Okay, talking about Aquarius is completely different energies compared to the Scorpios. Let me hide the secrets. Let me hide the things. And Aquarius. Oh, I don't hide anything. I can say anything and so forth. So I don't have to have a guilty consciousness in there. But I want to be free, right? So conflicted there about that. What he's going to say, how he's going to say. As I said, at 7 o'clock, this energy of Pisces is going to come in. The chaos, it's coming in. It's kind of like, oh my God, what should you do? What is it going on? Divine energies with Mars in there. That's going to be looking into the south node, to the north node positions. A lot of the energies is going to come out kind of like within the family. Be mindful because this can take from 0 to hero and can get from 0 to sub-zero. Okay, so the energies can go up high and everything's going to be good and great, but energy can get cold, nasty, and you can be basically cut everything. Why is that? Who's going to be wrong? Who's going to be right? Nobody. You just have not learned, or both of you have not learned how to resolve conflicts. Without understanding that conflicts are only opportunity to grow into the skies and there. All right, 8 p.m. The ascendant is going to be at Cancer family patterns. Maybe whatever happens within these situations, you had it within the family you grow. In a midheaven, in a sense, it's in Pisces right now. It's training the authority. Maybe you're looking at something what you know from your father, acting like your father or thinking about your father. And it has to have something within the father parents energies. But since the midheaven, it's very close to Saturn. That is it about this energy of the divine that it's providing towards who, towards Lilith. Okay, the mean Lilith. Okay, and now you're seeing it, that mean in there. But who else is looking towards Lilith? The moon. Should not be that mean. You should change. You can evolve. You can see this. You can get that patterns inside of you. So a lot of this learning is going to be connecting with emotions. Some of you may be like, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize like this. I did not knew that those patterns were within me. Be vulnerable with your emotions, but also don't go with this Scorpio secretivity energies, kind of like trying to get certain things because the moon will know everything. Intuition knows everything. Okay, so be open, be vulnerable, put your cards on the table, and resolve the issues. Okay, you're gonna be able to seek it of these new patterns inside of it. You do that, boy, what happens in there, right? Midheaven is one with the North Node. Powerful energies with Mercury. You're going to be making plans for the future. The moon is happy. Mars rising in the ascendant. If you fix this and you're mature masculine, or as we call it, divine masculine energies in there, You are going into the right directions. You are empowering right now. You change, you grow. Divine energies, they're coming in from everywhere. Okay? These divine energies, as we're talking about from Mars and the ascendant towards Venus and Uranus, they are going to be active. Chiron towards the Sun and Uranus. A lot of powerful things comes up. Okay? So you see it through the divine, how helps to understanding that this organized chaos, it's organized the confrontations in there. It's organized those conflicts because they need to be resolved. And it takes a mature people to resolve in there. And now your new maturity is living, creating the future, right? You're creating the future. But what do you have to do after you're creating the future? You need to pass it to what? To the next generation. So with that, the next generations looking at towards the future, this is about what midheaven with Chiron will be. To stop dragging this old trauma and dramas from past generations with us. Okay? And those divine energies from Chiron, they are going to be pointing out towards the sun. Jupiter points out towards the sun. Venus is applying this beautiful divine energies in there. And now you see inside of it within yourself about, oh, I knew about my ego. A lot of you who stays in your ego in there, decides not to change in there, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go towards the intuition. You're going to go towards this new path. You're going to go against the future. You're going to be ruined. But that ruining, is that something happened in the past generations? Take a look at it. Maybe you are about to break these patterns of not doing this. Or you're going to be learning that you repeat the same cycle as your parents, as your grandparents in there. Right? And now you're learning the lesson. We also probably will understand the message of today, that the conflict is opportunity to grow. All right, 11 o'clock. Things can be a little bit increasingly kind of like a pushing in there for, and don't go angry before bed, because you're gonna be wake up with that energy. Okay, maybe the things in the material world, they're not great as they're looking in there, right? But through the proper communications and learning from the past, which is the south node right here, and the midheaven with together with the midheaven and Mercury, if you did the proper talks, you're not going to have those issues. You will understand the power of communications and resolving problems. But the authority has the issues with the intuition has the problems with the inner work, and all that with the ascendant that is at the Leo. It shows up that the old energies will fighting the new. But we are going to be waking up with those energies tomorrow. Okay? But tomorrow is going to be even more interesting, because as the moon is going to come out in there, she's going to be triggered the parts of the universe, but she's going to be learning to grow, to mature in there. And for those who maturing today, that maturity is going to begin even tomorrow. But for that, we're going to be talking about more about this tomorrow. Okay, guys? So if you have so many questions, you may ask it now. If not, let me share is the love and the light, and hopefully this report helps you within your life. Thank you guys for listening and watching, and be love. Whatever you do, understand this. Okay.